Here we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Please find your seats. Here we go. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is David Ball, and I'm the cathedral organist and head of music ministry here at Christ Cathedral. And on behalf of Bishop Kevin Van, the Bishop of Orange, and Father Bao Tai, the rector of this magnificent space, I wanted to welcome you to the newest worship space on the campus, the St. Callistus Chapel, which we really just dedicated a few weeks ago, back in October. This is also the kickoff for our 2024-2025 concert series, and so if you enjoyed tonight, we hope you come back and take a flyer in the back for all of our other offerings, and if you can't make it in person, we do live stream all of our concerts, so welcome to all of you joining us online as well. Just a couple program notes. As soon as the concert starts, the back doors that you entered through will be locked, because they're automatic and they open and close like crazy, and there's no percussion in this concert. So if you need to use the restroom or take a call for any reason, please make your way around the chapel and exit through those doors right over there. And an usher will help you find the restroom and make your way back into the chapel. We don't want anyone lost in the crypts down here. During the second piece, Panis Angelicus, we will take a free will offering, and all your donations go towards supporting great music here at Christ Cathedral that we offer for everyone free of charge. And I'd like to start with a disclaimer here. My name is David Ball, and our artist is Stephen Ball, and we are not related. We're not brothers. Although the resemblance is uncanny, we are not related at all. And Stephen Ball is many things. He's a concert organist, he's a theater organist, he's a pedagogue, he's a bell specialist, he's an academic, but I am proud to say he's one of my friends. I met him a long time ago when I was a student, and my mentor, John Romeri, brought me to Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. For those of you who don't know out here, Atlantic City is sort of like Vegas in New Jersey. And in this city, Stephen Ball was the organist at the biggest organ in the world. We love our Hazel Wright organ here, all 17,000 pipes, while Stephen watched over an organ way bigger than that. It's in a building as big as a football stadium. And my first memory of Stephen was walking into Boardwalk Hall, and I walked into his office, which was a dark room. All the lights were off, and Stephen was huddled over a computer, watching a silent movie, just preparing away, just preparing his cues, because he's a theater organist, preparing to accompany this movie. And that memory stuck with me when I was trying to figure out who to bring here to play and inaugurate our new beautiful Schoenstein instrument. This instrument was built in California, so it's a native, and it's a very special instrument. This campus has one of the largest organs in the world upstairs. Down here, this is a small boutique instrument. And so I needed an artist who I knew cared about instruments, cared about individuality, and bringing out the best parts of any organ that he plays, and that is who Stephen Ball is. So, let's give a warm welcome to Stephen Ball.
Thank you. That composer was Louis James Alfred Lefebvre Bailly. That name is quite a mouthful. He was the organist at the Church of the Madeleine in Paris, and that was the fashionable church to go to in the 19th century in Paris. So I couldn't think of anything more ridiculously French to start this program with. And why French? And that's because the organ that you're hearing is a supposed French salon organ. It actually began life as a residence organ. It started here in California and then moved across to the East Coast and now has returned here to California. And it was built by a thoroughly American company that's been around for a very long time, Schoenstein, which is up near San Francisco. And Jack Bethards is a wonderful tonal architect. And the best description of what Jack did was he created, it's a French organ with an American accent. Your orchestra this evening, so when I speak of the organ, I'm talking of what's in the box, is 405 pipes, 8 families of tone. It's very simple. There's 2 flutes, 2 different types of harmonic flutes for the organ nerds, 2 stoppered flutes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 different types of principals, and then you have a string and a reed, neither the last 2 being full compass. So you have, in fact, a very, very limited series of colors which are very carefully selected and adjusted and balanced, and you'll hear them in every possible contortion tonight, in our little program tonight. It's very effective and intimate and surprising what it can do, and I hope you enjoy this evening's performance. As you found out, you didn't have to pay admission to get into the program, but to get out, however, and to help us with that portion of the collection this evening, the first piece to bring the lovely Lauren McCall to the stage to sing something which came from a much longer composition, which is the Missa Solenile, the Solemn Mass, Opus 12 by César Franck. And we'll hear a little more from him in a bit in the program. He was the professor of composition at the Paris Conservatory at the time. So in fact, we're taking a tour of the churches of Paris, and we will end at the cathedral. Here we are. more of that shortly. I realize that some people here are dyed-in-the-wool organ nerds, and others may have never thought they'd find themselves caught dead in an organ concert. So just by way of explanation for the non-organ people, the best way to think of what you're hearing about tonight is like thinking of Julia Childs, who was trained at the Cordon Bleu in Paris, walking into an American supermarket in about 1981 and coming out with thoroughly American ingredients, and yet they have the perfume of France instilled everywhere in them. And it's something ephemeral and also fun and whimsical. And of course, what David said earlier, it's really about tone poems, poetry in music. And it works in all sorts of different directions. The French are very famous with composers for synesthesia, which is the association of sound and color. And so for me, film is a very natural thing because you see things and they make sound in my head. And all around us we're surrounded with the most beautiful artwork, frankly, in North America in any church. This is an extraordinary cathedral. The organs are just part of a symphony of art here. And the next piece you're going to hear, the Pastorale, historically is associated with a visual image of a shepherd playing his pipe in the fields, tending to his sheep, and then there's a storm in the middle of the piece, and then the storm passes over, and then you're back to the shepherd and his pipe again. But if you're looking for a slightly different imagery that also fits this piece very well, in your tour about this chapel, if you haven't seen it, I'd encourage you to go around and visit the bishop's crypts, which are behind, nobody's home just yet, the bishop's crypts, which are just behind the altar here, and you'll see a beautiful mosaic that was made in Spain of the Good Shepherd and confronting a wolf. And so there'll be a moment in this piece also when you can hear the wolf. number of conversations David and I had about how to choose music for this program probably spanned a good year, maybe, many months, certainly. And in researching every possible angle I could think of to make something interesting for a chamber orchestra like this, I realized St. Callistus must be the patron saint of somebody. Sure enough, he's the patron saint of cemetery workers. How cheerful. So when faced with those extremes, I thought, well, what is the most memorable thing about this? Obviously, this is the columbarium and the place for the bishops. Historically, that's been the case in the church for hundreds and even 1,000 years. But the other very, very memorable thing here is the tower for me. That's also the symbol of the cathedral in a way. And so I thought, well, that combination of things occurs in one place that I know of in organ music, and that's in this collection of 10 pieces, which is also famous because of a recording here. Virgil Fox once played upstairs on the big organ this last movement called Tu es Petra, Thou art the Rock. It's famous, fiery, and fast. Everybody can't remember what comes before. Well, what comes before, in fact, is a fourth movement. You see the Chapel of the Dead, which is literally what's this area is in the crypt, and then also followed by the tower. And each one is very contrasting, and it's, again, a tone poem. They're designed originally to fit the tower and chapel at Sacré-Cœur, the famous basilica in Montmartre in Paris. It's high on a hill, it's brightly lit. And they fit this place oddly well, too. So here are a couple of tone poems from Sacré-Cœur. I should mention with some gratitude that organs have a mind of their own because they're composed of thousands of mechanical parts. They often get names because of their personalities, and you may have heard some things going on in the middle of that. The pipes change with the way that they speak, with the temperature and the humidity, and your contributions to the music program and to the upkeep and care of the organs are what keep them going and also keep our organ curator here, and I'm very grateful that he's here. I just wanted to recognize him in the back. He's hopefully not looking too nervous at the organ, but it's very, very, very dependable, and we're grateful for his presence here tonight. I wanted to acknowledge that. The organ is an ancient instrument. It's about over 2,000 years old, and it has a fascinating history, which I won't bore you with right now, because we have much more interesting things to listen to in the form of music by Louis Vierne, who's a blind organist, who became blind later in life, but who was most significantly organist at Notre Dame in Paris. And he served there during the first quarter of the 20th century. And the things that you're usually going to hear by Vierne are not what you're about to hear. These are some extremely obscure and beautiful pieces that are settings of a poem, which you'll find the text and translations to on the inside of your program. And I'm very pleased that we have, again, the very talented Lauren McCull to sing these for us and interpret them. little bonbon. But before we do that, this particular instrument seems to have a mind of its own. I actually have to turn it off and restart it because we appear to have lost part of the functionality of the expression during that piece. And so I need to see if we can recover that here just in a moment. So the next piece, we'll do this the old-fashioned way without the computer. I'll register by hand these beautiful glittering draw knobs you see here, which is a nod to the Crystal Cathedral, of course. The next piece is recognizable to some of you who know film. It's not a piece of organ music, surprise. This is a piece that was put together, if you will, in 1903. In the first 40 years of film, no film was truly silent. It was always accompanied by music. And if you need visual proof of that, you'll have it in just a minute. And you'll only need a minute because it's about just that long. But to put it in perspective, the concept of a motion picture evolved. It was first in 1895 when it received public exhibition by the Lumiere brothers. The idea was a sort of picture that, like as if you would have on a wall, that moved. And Georges Méliès saw the exhibition in 1895, and late in 1895, and was fascinated by this. He was a magician working in Paris, and he had the Theatre Houdin, and decided to start producing these moving pictures as magic tricks. And so there are all sorts of different subjects, many different subjects. There's a very famous one of the moon. You may have seen Méliès and the moon. We're in film land here. Of course, you know more about film than I do. But this film is only 8 years after the motion picture is born. And why choose this film? Well, because I have a bunch of music nerds in the audience. So this is just to give you a brief little taste of what this instrument can do, and how colorful it is, and how powerful the concept of a tone poem is reversed. So now you see, and then here. So here we go. This is Méliès' Melomaniac, or The Music Enthusiast. I think we better get our organ technician. Now the organ is entirely on speaking. Could we? This film is actually silent now. Meanwhile, this is an excellent commercial for the importance of your restoration money. So any contributions you'd like to make them payable too. No. Ready? Okay.
Thank you and good night.